Classic muscle cars have their own type of beauty. Even though modern cars have evolved economically and mechanically, classics continue to be appreciated over time. Classics have a character of their own and love to stand out from the crowd. The 60s and 70s were the eras where muscle cars kept getting powerful every year. Some would implement lightweight bodies, while others would add larger engines. However, even with all their performance, these cars would still get annihilated today by new muscle and performance vehicles. Today we present 10 classic muscle cars that would get annihilated by today's evolution of cars. With our 10th pick, we have the 1964 Pontiac GTO. The Pontiac GTO represented the quintessential muscle car. It had a sexy Coke bottle-shaped body and played a crucial role in fueling the 1960s craze for muscle cars. The GTO had a 6.4-liter V8 producing around 340 horsepower. The GTO had three 2-barrel Rochester 2G carburetors that helped it get extra fuel and air when demand dictated it. Besides the massive engine, the GTO had a light body that helped propel it from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.6 seconds. In today's standards, that is still fast, but it would be annihilated by a sports car like the Mercedes-AMG A45S that manages 3.9 seconds from 0 to 60 miles per hour from a 2.0-liter engine. Next, we have the 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda. Many years after its launch, the Cuda is more praised and expensive than it was back in the day. The best feature of the Cuda was its Hemi V8, producing 475 horsepower and 490 pound-foot of torque. This race-bred engine made the car broader and lower than previous models. The Cuda was available with either a 3-speed automatic or 4-speed manual and could launch from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.8 seconds. Unlike most muscle cars of its time, the Cuda had a 155 miles per hour top speed and could manage a 14.0-second quarter-mile time. With our 8th pick, we have the 1968 Dodge Charger Hemi. The Charger was a front-engine, rear-wheel drive, 2-door fastback coupe. It was fitted with a V8 engine capable of producing 425 horsepower and 490 pound-foot of torque. The Charger was available with either a 3-speed automatic transmission or a 4-speed manual. All these components helped the Charger accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.1 seconds and reach a 131 miles per hour top speed. The Charger was also capable of a quarter-mile sprint of 13.5 seconds. However, the modern-day Charger jailbreak obliterates these figures with its supercharged V8 churning out 807 horsepower. Next is the 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1428 Cobra Jet. The Cobra Jet was one of the Mustangs that would command respect without making a sound. At idle, the Mustang remained quiet but turned into a different beast on the open road. The Cobra Jet was equipped with a 428 Cobra Jet FE Series big block, capable of churning out 335 horsepower and 440 pound-foot of torque. With this performance, the Mustang could complete a quarter-mile run in 13.9 seconds and reach a 103 miles per hour top speed. Back in the day, that would have been impressive. However, modern Mustangs can produce more power even without the need for superchargers. A good example is the $36,285 Mustang GT Fastback with a 5.0-liter V8, producing 450 horsepower and 410 pound-foot of torque. The 1970 Chevelle SS 454. Besides the Plymouth Hemi Cuda, the SS 454 was another vehicle that checked off all muscle car requirements in the early 70s. This beast was a lethal threat with its power plant, capable of 450 horsepower and 500 pound-foot of torque. Its performance helped translate most of the raw energy into remarkable road performance. The Chevelle's 453 cubic inch engine managed a 0 to 60 sprint of 6.1 seconds, a laudable achievement in the 70s. It also managed a 13.7-second quarter-mile sprint and a top speed of 142 miles per hour. Even though most modern muscles don't have the same charisma, they can easily outperform the Chevelle. Halfway through our pick, we have the 1963 Dodge Ram Charger. The Ram Charger had an understated look that made it the best candidate for a V8 engine capable of producing 415 horsepower and 470 pound-foot of torque. These impressive figures helped get the Charger to a 126 miles per hour top speed and a 13.8 seconds quarter-mile time. Nowadays, the Charger is a four-door sedan capable of thrashing most classic muscle cars. One of the fastest mass-produced offerings is the Charger SRT Hellcat Red-Eye Widebody. At its core is a supercharged 6.2-liter Hemi V8, producing 797 horsepower and 707 pound-foot of torque. Next is the 1966 Chevrolet Corvette 427. The 1965 Corvette featured a 427 cubic inch engine capable of producing 425 horsepower and 465 pound-foot of torque. This was an upgrade from the previous 396 cubic inch engine in the 1964 models. The new engine was lighter and allowed the Corvette to manage a 13.4 seconds quarter-mile run. The Corvette had a 105 miles per hour top speed, slightly slower than most modern cars. Compared with modern Corvettes, this 1966 model wouldn't manage to keep up. The modern iterations pump out 495 horsepower from a thumping LT2 V8. This helps rocket the car to an 11.2-second quarter-mile run. Third pick is the 1962 Shelby Cobra 427. The Cobra defined a performance era and is amongst the most loved muscle cars today. In its time, it had outstanding performance, managing 4.1 seconds 0 to 60 miles per hour time and 12.2 seconds quarter-mile time. It had a top speed of 160 miles per hour, allowing it to keep up with some modern vehicles. Besides its power, the Cobra has beautiful classic looks and is recognizable just about anywhere. Its timeless proportions make it a great investment and a thrill to drive. However, it lacks the dedication and innovations of modern performance cars that are more powerful and dynamic. Well, there you have it. The top 10 classic muscle cars everyone thought were fast but would get annihilated today. With the current vehicles that we possess today, combined with the advancements of technologies and even AI, these classic cars would surely have little to no chances of winning when put at the same track. However, these classics will remain prestigious as usual. Not to mention, but today, they're not even meant to be driven, but rather as a collectible item. And that is why they are so beloved by many people around the world. Regardless, these baddies aged like fine wine and will continue to beautify the name of American automotives. Which of these cars did you find interesting? Comment down below and let's discuss. While you're at it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep you updated with our future uploads. Until then, I'll catch you on the next one.